Oh, I see someone. He's up there. Yeah, T-34, 85. Now, do I fire or do I wait? Let's try to get a better angle on him. From here he won't see me. Oh shit. There's some on the tanks. That's also a T-34 85, I believe. And PT-76 there on the left. Okay, I can't fire now. If I fire, they'll spot me, and then I'll be in a 3 versus 1 situation. So let's wait, see what they do. Seems like the PT-76 spotted me. Damn, yeah. Okay, got his loader. Now we need to knock him out. Come on. Yes! Right. So, T-34 now. He's disabled, good. Let's go for the other one. Come on. Yes! Alright, so now I got you. Unless you can back away. That's a bounce, dang. Need to get a decent hit in. That's good. Woohoo! Flanking in this thing really pays off. And welcome back to War Thunder. My name is Korpen, and today we are apparently not only taking fire in the Hellcat, but we're also playing simulator battles. My favorite game mode. And the Hellcat is a magnificent machine. It really is. Very good, fast and nimble tank. But what it totally lacks is armor protection. And you might need it at times. Other times you don't need armor at all. What you need is good mobility and a good gun. And this tank has both. Really good. And you'll crush most opponents as long as you keep an eye on where you are going and you do not run into a tree like that. So I ran into a tree. I thought I had that guy, completely missed the oak tree and you slammed right into it and he could traverse around and knock me out. So yeah, good times in the Hellcat. And today we are going to have a look at some real good gameplay that I had in the Hellcat. Starting off in Tunisia in the desert. As always, I have a habit of flanking around in this tank, since I do have the speed and maneuverability to do so. So I went around down into the southwestern corner of the map. And here I spot a tiger. What looks to be maybe 1,000 meters away on the sand dunes. And I'm a little bit unsure on how to proceed. Don't really have much cover from here. All the way over there to the tiger. And I'm pretty sure that he'll spot me once I start hauling ass over the open ground. So I turn around and I look for a different angle on that tiger. And these are the basics on how to play the M18 Hellcat, really. You want to stay mobile, exploit any opportunities that you get on the enemy, and just really hit their weak spots if you can, because you can't hang around and just trade shots against a heavy tank, or a Panther for that matter. Not in a head-on duel. So I tried to stay mobile as much as possible. Find a good place to set up shop and then knock out a few tanks. As some of you maybe saw there during the intro. I was on the extreme flank and I just knocked out 3 tanks without many of them even seeing where I was, so. Yeah, that is what this tank is good for. A tank destroyer, maybe I should say, rather. So the enemy is capped A down here. Or at least I think it is A. I can't really see here in the video editor. I think it is A. And some of you might think, okay, he's going down to cap A. That is the last thing I want to do. What I want to do is to gain some high ground here and spot those tanks, since I know that they are here. And sure enough, from the high ground I can spot them, or most of them, out there on the midfield amongst the duels. So here are 3 tanks. Initially I went down here to spot or to get a different angle on that tiger, but 4 tanks on the sound dunes, that will have to do. So we're attacking the one furthest at the back, because if you hit the guy at the back, the others won't see you firing. If you hit the guy at the front, all of the rest will see the incoming fire. So, provided that I hit the Panzer IV and I do disable him with the first shot, this is a 1 duel right away. Just as long as I can get accurate shots off at him, I can adjust the aim and just knock out the tank with a couple of well-placed shots. So here's a Stug 3, hit him. That's a Stug 3G with the long barrel 75mm gun. Very good tank destroyer for its tire. And he does the only right thing. He realized that he's taking fire, so he hauls ass down into cover. Really good choice there. And I'm getting concerned about me being spotted from up high here. And as I said, you can take hits in the Hellcat. If you're really lucky, you'll survive a couple of hits, but do not count on it. Here I'm looking, I'm suspecting that the tiger might have moved on. Can't see him, so I proceed to move around the cap zone. Don't want to go into it. Yeah, F you, Kuppelwagen. Tunisia is ours. So I make the choice to move around the cap zone in order to not to alert the Panthers down here, because I suspected that there might be tanks down here. And here are 2 Panthers. Hit the first one. Second shot is a bit of a bummer. It's a real miss. It's deflected. Third shots go right into the turret. He is disabled, and I'm thinking I can switch over, fire to the other Panther. But the other Panther moves along, so I remain focused on the first Panther. Usually what I tend to do if I'm going up against several targets is that I fire until I have a disabling shot on the first tank, then I move over to the other. So, cannon breach hit there on that Panther. That means that he's out of the fight. Now we just have to finish him off. Fortunately I have a little friend here helping me out. Third shot hits the cannon breach. Really does no significant damage that I haven't done already. So now I have to snipe crew or hit an ammo rack. But I killed the gunner and that's it for him. So, good engagement there. Really intense combat as well. So now we move back. I'm confident that I've secured my team's right flank or the southwestern flank. There's no more tanks down here. I can safely move on and engage that tiger who was somewhere around here. And I thought initially that was the tiger, but instead it's a Panther. And it seems like he spotted me, so I fire at him. But he turns around the tank and does the only right thing, and that is to place his frontal hull pointing in my direction. And I can't hurt him from this distance, so I kind of move up. Try to make it over to him. in cover if I can. I'm also aware of that there might be tanks down here, since I saw 3 tanks up on the dunes and I only disabled one and I knocked one out. But there are 2 more over here somewhere. A possible Stag 3G and then what I think was the Panther as well. But I don't want to get in close and personal with them, so I move back. Decide to gather up some speed and just move over the open. Hope that the Panther isn't a good shot. Turned out that he was quite a good shot, but still he missed. It's not easy taking reflex shots at this kind of range. And now I can't see him. I'm thinking that he thinks that I am going to flank him on the right side, right? He saw me moving to the right. He doesn't know that I saw him firing at me, or that I saw him. So instead, I feint a right flanking hook and then I go left. And here I can see his tracks. He's probably up here on the right. Need to check the left though, because there's multiple tracks here. So my plan is to go around the sand dune, because he might be here, but he might be further up on the right on the sand dune. Just do a wide flanking maneuver and come up behind him. And really use the speed of this tank to my benefit. But he's not here. At least I can't see him. He might be here somewhere, but you know, yeah, bad visibility amongst the sand dunes. Can't see all that much. So, oh, there's the tank. What's that? That's a Panzer IV. Very hard shot this. Still I take it. I miss. And I have alerted him. Yes, he's seen me. And all of a sudden, I don't realize this at the moment because I'm focused on the Panzer IV. But that P-47 knocked out the Panther on my right. I completely forgot about him, since I spotted that Panzer IV. So that P-47 really saved my life. So now I'm in the shit, because the Panzer IV have seen me. And I'm trying to make it over to him. But have such a great overwatch there with the P-47. That pilot really saved my life twice. So 2 thumbs up for the American Air Force. You guys rock. Oh yes. So that was it more or less for this game. I sing the praise for the Air Force, since I did realize that they saved my ass twice there. So they deserve all the praise that they can get. And I narrowly escaped a Focke-Wulf 190 there. But we're going to cut it here, because the battle is more or less over at this point. I don't think I see much more action, so... So, we're on the map Poland, and I've made it around the northern flank of the town, and here I'm on Overwatch, trying to keep my fellow forces alive as they are capping the sea point in the town. So I'm basically just on Overwatch here, trying to spot enemy tanks, and that's either an M10 Wolverine or an Achilles. Probably is an Achilles. But I can't spot anything. Except for a plane there coming in. But he gets shot down. And there's a Panther. So I aim and I wait for him to turn before I fire. Can't fire right now because I'm only having a slim chance of succeeding in causing critical damage on him. But as soon as he turns, I fire and I cause critical damage. Second shot hits ammo rack and he's done for. So I back down into cover. Don't want people to see me. And I move around, drive a little bit to the side, and then I go up again in a different location. But finally I make the decision to follow along with the front up towards the west on the map. But no one is capping C, so that means that there will be more tanks incoming towards C. And sure enough, here are two people, or two tanks, who've just respawned, who are moving in towards C. And I am in no rush of capturing C at this point, since it's hanging in the balance at the moment. We need to kill tanks in order to gain the upper hand. If we cap, they'll just counterattack, and that doesn't give us anything. We'll just lose tanks in that process. My eyesight is totally not focused on that Panther on the left, by the way. I lost him. I lost sight of him. Can't really see where he is, although he's behind the house there. But I can't see I can't find him. I scan around. Don't risk a shot at this point at the Tiger, he's too far away. But there's fire incoming from the right as well, so that indicates that there's probably a Tiger up there by the mill. And I'm in a bit of a tight spot here. As soon as I fire, I risk being spotted. But as far as I'm concealed like this, it's okay. But there's a Panther. I think it is the same Panther that I spotted earlier on, so I fire. Cause some critical damage. I wait for him to show up again, so I can have a second shot. Second shot, fire, but it seems like I hit an M4 instead. And then I get hit all of a sudden. I spot the Tiger as well, so I fire at him. But it's too late. I've been spotted. And we are dead in the water here, since we've lost our mobility and without the engine. That Panther that I spotted earlier on can easily knock me out from 400 meters away. That's not even the slightest of challenge for a Panther. So that was the first spawn. The M18 get to respawn, so I can use what I know, what I already know, for my benefit this time around. But so far we haven't gone off to a perfect start in this game. I only got 1 kill and 1 assist. And here's some fire incoming onto me or to the CSU-37, I'm not sure. One thing is certain, I want to move as fast as I can out on the flank into the cover and the safety of the trees and the bushes. Here I'll be a lot harder to spot. And I suspect that there's something up there in the hedgerow. Probably it's a Tiger, though I'm not sure. So move up on the extreme north. Want to flank that guy and get a side shot off. So we haul ass. We bypass and we haul ass in order to get up into the tank side or the rear if we can. And I'm lucky that there's a dirt wall here, or a sort of a dirt bank here covering my position, so that I can move up in cover. But I acknowledge the fact that they will probably see me if I'm not really close to this bank, so I move up on it. Now I'm at the exact same spot again. And see that panther, decide not to fire at him. That's a tiger, hit him in the side. He's completely out in the open, so that's an easy kill. I fire only 2 shots and then I back down. And just as I back down, I took a hit from the right. So that tells me that I was indeed right in my suspicion that there was a tank up there in the hedgerow. I pause to repair the tank. Can't fight with the gun barrel broken, so we need that fixed. Have a look at the team roster and it seems like we're pretty even Stevens at this point. And we're good to go once again, so let's move on out. Let's try to flank that tank, whatever it is, up there. And I want a visual on him first before I move up. Can't spot him. He wasn't up at the mill as I did expect. So where is he? There. That was a tiger between the bushes. So let's move up and let's hit him in the side. So sometime later I made it up a little bit further up the flank. Now we're basically aiming for the high ground here before we engage that tiger. I want a clean side shot off at him, or a clean rear shot. Anything that is angled will probably bounce, and I don't want to fire APCR rounds at him, since APCR rounds tend to bounce off angled armor. So we move up. Good cover here. This is some very good cover. They'll never see me up here. Move up. Let's see if we can find a good position for a well-aimed shot here at the tiger. Probably up here in the hedgerow. So let's cross the field and get into a good position. Nothing over there. Right. So we move up. That's a panther. But what the? We take a hit. Where's the enemy? Scan, I look around, I see the tiger right behind me, who's on the reload. He fires again, it's my ammo rack, but apparently that's not enough to knock me out. I fire, hit his track, go down into a depression. He can't follow me around here with the gun and get a decent, accurate shot off. And he can't traverse the tank either because he's repairing, so he has to turn around the turret. He can't keep up with me, and I can't believe my luck. One well-placed shot there, and that disables the turret, and then the second shot knocks out the tank. And my heart rate was out through the roof at this point. I couldn't believe my luck. That was just crazy how I could live through that. But hey, sometimes you're just lucky, you know. Sometimes your ammo rack doesn't explode when it takes a direct hit from half a meter away. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine, but I'm thinking that maybe it's because the tank is an open top tank destroyer, and maybe it's because there wasn't enough armor thickness in order to activate the shell on the 88 to explode. That could have been the case. So the shell just over-penetrated and went straight through. And yeah, I applaud to the tiger who spotted me and he saw me doing that flanking maneuver. So he countered that directly. But unfortunately it's not enough for him. And the RNG gods wasn't on his side today. But I spot that panther I saw earlier. So I fire at him, hit his turret. He's completely confused. And yeah, confusion is what you want to achieve in this tank. You want complete confusion amongst the enemies. You want to be everywhere in your Hellcat. And second hit, and he's knocked out and taken out of business. You want to achieve complete chaos amongst the team. You want them to feel completely unsafe wherever they are. And that you can do in a Hellcat, especially if you're in a Hellcat platoon. Let's say there's 4 of you, and you show up at the enemy side or at the enemy's rear, and you fire synchronized fire into their tanks. They'll be knocked out within the first volley or so. Definitely within the first 2 volleys you would have knocked out 1 enemy tank. I mean, that means that tank takes something like 4 to 8 hits in the matter of 10 seconds. No tank can survive that, not even a mouse, you know. As long as you penetrate, that is. And really, that was what they did in reality with the Hellcat. They had Hellcat companies who just, you know, 8 to 16 of them would show up at the ridge, park on the ridge, take maybe 2, 3, 4 shots, back down, move to a different location, come up, fire, synchronize fire at the enemy, back down, move to a different location, up, fire. And as long as you do that in this Hellcat, you will do just fine in this game. I can promise you that. What you don't want to do is to slug it out with an enemy, and that is just park in front of them and hope for the best. Now you have mobility, so you're better off using it. And with that said, I think this video is coming to a close, really. There wasn't much happening. Oh yeah, there was one more thing. Let's have a look at that. I'm just about to cross their spawn here. Once again, I'm not a spawn camper, but if I come across the spawn like this, I will move through it. If I see a tank, I will fire, but I won't park in a bush or something and just wait for them to spawn. I take a more realistic, immersive approach in War Thunder. I do like tank simulators, and I do want it to be somewhat immersive. Just rolling through a field like this and then spotting a tank, firing at it, and then move on. That's realistic in my opinion. So I decide to move through the spawn anyway because, you know, it's in my way. I need to pass through it to get it over here to see what's happening on the southern flank, because I know that there are tanks over here. And sure enough, there's a Panther, I believe it is. So I tried to knock him out, but since I can't see the whole tank, it's really hard to judge and gauge the distance. Actually, I can see the silhouette of the tank, but yeah, it's really hard to hit. And we're about to win this game. And what do you think about the Hellcat? Have you played this tank? Do you own it? Do you play it in simulator battles? I do. I adore this tank. I haven't unlocked everything on it, but it's great, you know. Give me any tank that has a lot of maneuverability, and I'll be happy as the fish in the sea. This is my element, and this is what I do good. Fire and maneuver and thinking tactically within battle. So with that said, thank you for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do that. And if you wouldn't mind, please drop a like on the video as well if you liked it, so I know that this is the kind of thing that you want to see, or not. If you did not like the video, by all means press the thumbs down button and I'll try to change. So thank you all for watching. Have a great weekend, guys, and I'll see you around in the next video.